welcome back to my channel. I am starting to do my part 8 in a 12-part series of reading vlogs that I am posting this month, but they are filmed in the perspective months. So this is August 1st, 2020, and I just thought I would start the flashback reading vlog today because something always inevitably happens that makes it crazy. And I just finished a book and I'm going to be picking my next book to read very quickly, but I just finished, surprisingly, The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. And I DNF'd this book last week or like 2 weeks ago. Basically, this was the book that I picked for Read a Book the Color of Your Birthstone. My birthstone is an amethyst, so I picked this book for that cover. I think it's like the perfect cover for that challenge, but I didn't read it because I wasn't in the mood, but I'm participating in a TBR challenge with my book club this month, and the first challenge that I got was to read a book with a purple cover, and I was like, it's fate. It's telling me to pick up this book and read it. So I read this book all today. I started it over from the beginning. I read it start to finish. I read about probably 84 pages this morning, and then I just sat down and finished. My mother-in-law came over today, so she was here. We had breakfast, we sat around, chatted for a while, caught up. My husband is napping, my dog is napping, and I was like, I'm gonna finish this book right now. And I did. It was good. It's a high 3 stars because the writing is really good and I like how the stories are woven together. However, it's just not like that typical story that like I personally really like. But I can see why everybody is rating this really high, or at least like my friends have been rating this really high. Hey guys, I'm here with the next book I'm gonna read, and it's one of my most anticipated books of 2020, and it is He Started It by Samantha Downing. I am so excited about reading this book right now. I cannot wait. My Lovely Wife was one of my favorite books of last year, and that was the debut for this author, so this is their sophomore book, so I'm really hoping that I like it as well. I thought I would check in with you guys. I am exhausted. I did wake up at like 5 a.m. this morning, so yeah, that's a thing. So I'm gonna give you an update on He Started It. I think it is 5:20 and I'm going live on Allie's channel at 7, so I do want to lay down for a little bit. I'm making great progress in my book and it's going good. A lot different than I thought it was going to be, but like also at the same time, like I don't know what I was expecting. It is like literally a road trip of siblings, and there's squabbles and there's things revealed about their past and all of that. And they were young kids. The main character's Beth, and I don't know how old she was, but she was the middle child. And it's, what are her brother's name? So it's Beth, Portia, and Eddie. I guess Eddie is the oldest, and then Beth is the middle, and Portia is the baby, I think. Anyway, so Eddie's the one driving, and then Eddie and his wife are in the front, and then Beth and her husband are in the middle, and then Portia's in the back by herself. And they're basically zigzagging across the United States. Their grandfather has died, and he said, you have to take the trip. So when they were younger, when they were kids, the grandfather took the kids on this road trip across the United States, and he stopped in these like little, like the biggest ball of yarn, or like those type of places, like places that like tourists go, and it's like crazy. But zigzagging across the United States, and now he's died, and he has this large fortune, and he's going to he's going to split it evenly amongst his grandchildren, but they have to take the trip, scatter his ashes at the last stop, and then they will get the inheritance or whatever. And there's like a couple of rules and stuff like that. So they're taking this road trip, and things are happening along the way. Things are being revealed along the way about the original road trip, and about things that have happened like in their adult life and stuff like that. Hello friends, it is Sunday, August 2nd, and I just wanted to run down things that I read yesterday. So the first book that I read is The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, and I rated this story 3 out of 5 stars. It was quite interesting. I liked how the stories like weaved themselves together, but there was just like, I don't know, the impact of the things that were happening in the story was lost on me. All right, next up, I picked up one of my most anticipated books of the year, and that was He Started It by Samantha Downing. And guys, this book was so interesting. It's about these siblings going on this road trip that their grandfather took them on when they were kids. And there's always these things like, it wasn't the best trip, and things happened, and you know, it was always like very vague and very like ominous, but it didn't really tell you right off the bat. So it was like stringing you along. And then the narrator of this, Beth, was always like, yeah, but I've done things too. And you're like, what did you do? So it was really stringing the reader along, and it wasn't until like, I'm gonna say like this part of the book, so I read all of this, and you can see I was like tabbing it and stuff, but like here is where it started. You can see all my dog ears that I did. This is where it started getting interesting, and not interesting, but it started like finally revealing some of the stuff, and it was like kind of pedal to the metal once that happened. So that was on the like 300 page mark. So 300 pages of like build up, and then it was 386 pages. So 86 pages of like really good stuff and reveals and stuff like that. So 4 stars, but like really close to 5, because even though it took a while for the story to build up and things to be revealed, it was a really good character study, and you really got to know the characters, and it was just really, really interesting. So yeah, I will definitely be picking up more from Samantha Downing in the future. My next book that I'm going to be tackling this weekend is Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. I'm also reading this for an event that I'm participating in with my book club that I'm really having a lot of fun with. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this, which is shocking because it's nonfiction, but you guys know that I read Hunger earlier, like a few months ago, and yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and jump into more of her nonfiction. and I think I'll learn a lot along the way. Okay friends, I'm here with a little bit of an update. It's not too much later. It's like 11:53 in the morning, and I'm not very far at all into my book. I'm only on page 18, but like I already have tabs, you guys. This book, I think since it's nonfiction, I normally don't feel comfortable reading nonfiction, but I do, just to gauge like the things I like and the things that I don't like reading about in the nonfiction genre. But like this is really, really good, and I'm actually kind of blown away about how my thoughts are aligning with what she says, but I've never been able to like put some of these thoughts like down on paper or into words. And hello friends, I really want to update you about this book. I said it before, I'll say it again. I am loving, loving, loving Roxane Gay. She's me. That's what I feel like. I feel like she's probably around my same age, and like I just, ooh, like everything she's saying in here. I'm only on page 71, so I just finished page 70, and like she just got finished talking about Sweet Valley High, which I have also talked about on my channel. And it's just crazy how like a topic that she talked about was like related to a topic that was brought up in a live show I was on last night. So I was on a live show with 5 other booktubers last night, and one of the questions that we got from someone watching was, how do you feel about problematic like book series like Harry Potter that you have like a nostalgic attachment to because of your childhood? And Roxane Gay tackled it, and I tried answering how I felt about it, and my answer is that I have to be able to separate the art from the artist, and but I also agreed with like what people were saying, that I don't want to be promoting problematic content to new people, especially without recognizing it as problematic. Page 66, it says, nostalgia is powerful. It is natural, human to long for the past, particularly when we can remember our histories as better than they were. Life happens faster than I can comprehend. I am nearly 40, but my love of Sweet Valley remains strong and immediate. When I read the books now, I know I am reading garbage, but I remember what it was like to spend my afternoons in Sweet Valley hanging out with the Wakefield twins and Enid Rollins and Lily Fowler and Bruce Patman and Todd Wilkins and Winston Egbert. The nostalgia I feel for these books and these people makes my chest ache. Then she goes on page 69, and it says, nostalgia is powerful, and that power builds with time. It often reshapes our memories. And I just thought that that was like, maybe that speaks to a lot of people with their nostalgic childhood favorite of like Harry Potter, or maybe like like the Twilight series, or you know, something like that. Hello friends, I thought I would go ahead and wrap up this vlog. It's Monday morning, and I want to continue reading my last read, but I just wanted to go through the books that I finished in the first 2 days of August, which I'm so impressed with myself. So on the first, I read The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. Again, I DNF'd this in July. I read it the very 1st of August, which is hilarious. Yeah, I liked it. It was good, and it's short. So if you're looking for like a short, good book set in Alaska during the, I believe it was the 70s. Yeah, and there's 4 different lives, and they all become entangled through a series of events, and I thought it was really well done. It just it didn't have that factor that like really made me like attach myself to the characters, care about the characters enough to like really be sad when I should have been sad, or like super happy when I should have been happy. But It was good. Would I recommend it? A lot of people gave it 5 stars, so I possibly would still like recommend this. He started it by Samantha Downing and I rated it 4 stars. And then I'm currently reading Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. I will say that the beginning half is super, super strong. The first 28 pages are like 5 stars, best thing I've ever read. And then it goes into To Scratch, Claw, or Grope, Clumsily or Frantically. And it goes into like how she started playing Scrabble like in tournaments and stuff like that. And while it was really interesting, it was a little bit jarring in the same sense that I'm like, what does this have to do with feminism or being a bad feminist? But she's just talking about her life. I still really enjoyed that stuff. Then she jumps into talking about Sweet Valley High and how that like affected her. And then she goes into Garish Glorious Spectacles, and this is where she starts talking about other people's books that they've written, or articles or journals or like whatever, stuff that other authors have written, and how she has interpreted things that they have said and how it could be harmful or helpful and stuff like that. And so that is like this big chunk right here. And I appreciate it. I do like seeing someone that's like so brilliant and so smart like Roxane Gay like dissect stories that I've both heard of and have not heard of. Things like the Sweet Valley High series and things like the Hunger Games and stuff like that. I really appreciate her dissection of those stories. At the same time, there are spoilers in here, so that's a little unfortunate. It didn't bother me because I've read the stories that she's talked about and I already know the outcome. And some of the ones that she's talked about, I'm like, yeah, I would never read that anyway, so like no big deal. But there are spoilers for books in here. I'm about to move on to The Illusion of Safety, The Safety of Illusion. I'm right here. So yeah, so I'm going to probably finish this up hopefully today. If not today, then tomorrow. But I just wanted to wrap up my August flashback vlog. I can't believe I've already read so much and it's only the 3rd of August. So I think this is going to be a really good reading month, which really excites me. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.